Benz was an American car company that specialized in small cars, long before Saturn, even before Rambler. Actually, there have been a few, but I am of course talking about American Bantam. The company was founded in 1929 as American Austin, building a version of the Austin 7 for the American market, a car that had seen global expansion second only to the Model T up to that point, and the styling was decidedly more American. Prices started around $450, or just below $9,000 in today's money. The wheelbase was 75 inches, and it used a 750cc inline-4 producing 14 horsepower, giving the 1,100-pound car a top speed of about 50 miles an hour. But it got more than 40 miles to the gallon. One would think it was timed perfectly for the Great Depression, but it was a little-known name, and sales were low, and profit margins were narrow, meaning that the company was in bankruptcy by 1934. Restructuring came in 1935, along with the new name, American Bantam, as well as plans for updates to the design. After approximately 20,000 of the original cars were made, the new model appeared with updated styling, new body styles, including a pickup, as well as engine updates. Prices would be reduced to below $400 to start, and horsepower would climb above 20. But after only about 6,000 were built, production was discontinued at the end of 1941. That wasn't the end, however. As a parting gift, they invented the SUV. Not the tall station wagon SUV, but the serious off-road SUV, better known as the Jeep. They developed a prototype created as a bid for a contract to build the military's new general-purpose reconnaissance field vehicle. The successful result was the Bantam Pilot, also known as the Blitz Buggy. Soon, production of the updated version, the Bantam BRC, or more specifically, the BRC-40, began. Wheelbase was increased 4 inches to 79, the total length of just over 127 inches, and the 2,000-pound four-wheel drive vehicle was powered by a 45 horsepower, 1.8-liter, 112 cubic inch inline-4 manufactured by Continental Aircraft. Soon, the BRC-60 saw additional upgrades, but all three models combined saw a total production of less than 2,700 units, most of which were sold to our military allies in the pre-war era. Pre-war for America, anyway. About half went to Britain, and several to Russia. But production was a problem for Bantam, and the military needed their Jeeps fast. So the U.S. government handed the design over to Ford and Willys, who produced the vehicles as the Ford GPW and Willys MB, and there were almost immediate updates to the styling. While Bantam itself was reduced to producing military trailers, which it continued to do so until 1956. But the so-called Jeep was a major success. Ford produced more than 300,000 GPWs before the end of the war. Willys continued production after the war with the civilian Jeep, or CJ. Soon, Jeeps were popping up all over the world. Russia was building its own Jeeps as early as 1943. In 1948, Rover introduced a Jeep as the Land Rover. That would later become a separate brand that specialized in SUVs. Toyota was contracted to build military Jeeps for the Korean War starting in 1950 as the Model BJ, later known as the Land Cruiser, that would be replaced by the civilian FJ Land Cruiser, not to be mistaken with the Studebaker Land Cruiser of the same period. A year later, Nissan was producing the similar Patrol. Fiat would introduce the Compagnolia in 1951 as well. Mitsubishi started building CJ3s under license starting in 1953, and in Germany, Auto Union's DKW Munga started production in 1956. And the list goes on, ranging from Korea to India to the Philippines to Brazil. which is where Kaiser ended up, the company that owned the rights to the design by the early 50s. Today, SUVs are the most popular segment, although most show very little of their early heritage. But who would have thought a short-lived and mostly forgotten economy car company would have so much influence after so much time? As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to comment below and like and subscribe.